Okay, once again, a very good morning to my dear students. Students, today in biology class, we are going to discuss about the concept of genetics. And especially, I will discuss few terminology related to genetics, as well as I will discuss the first one experiment which was performed by the father of genetics, Gregor John Mendel, and this is monohybrid cross. So, students, before starting the class, I just want to recall you, do you know that what is genetics? Out of you, anyone can tell me that what is genetics?
So the
Branch
branch
of science that
and
deals
would
with
be
the
the
study of
inheritance and
heredity
variation.
and variations.
Yes, Anjali, you are absolutely correct. It's a branch of science which deals with the passing of information, genetic information from parents to their offspring. Yes, Gauri, you were also answering something, but will you repeat it?
So the branch of science which deals with inheritance and variation is called genetics.
Very good. And who is known as father of genetics?
Sir Gregor John Mendel.
Gregor,
Gregor John Mendel. And in which plant he performed his all experiments?
So garden
Sapicum
plant or
sativum.
Python sativum.
Yes, Rasmita is also correct and Gauri is also correct. Pisum sativum or garden pea was the plant. Okay. Now today, before starting the concept, I want to share a few associated terms which might be help you in study of genetics. So I am starting or I am sharing my screen. Now you will. Okay. I am starting my screen. Okay. Is my screen visible to you, beta?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So today I will discuss some terminologies which are associated with the genetics. Okay, the first terminology which we have to study again and again in this chapter is factor or gene. Now, before starting myself, I want to know that do you have any idea related to this terminology? Have you ever heard about factors? Have you ever heard about factors?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what are these?
Sir, it is the part of DNA which convert into RNA and later on it converts into protein.
No, but I am not satisfied with you. Anyone else who want to answer me ki what are factors? Anyone else?
So factors are functional unit which actually the gene which were called factors by Gregor Mendel.
Okay, okay, it's okay. Okay, anyone else? Anyone from the class? What are factors? Yes.
So factors are the functional unit which come from the parents and later on it transfer into another generation.
Okay, now I want to say you something or I want to tell you something. Now, if you will see and you will observe ki maybe possible your eyes are similar to your parents, or might be possible your pattern of your earlobe is similar to your parents, or might be possible ki your any other body feature, your skin color, your hairstyle, or your any structure of your body is resembling with either of your one parent. So yani ki there is something which is carrying this information from parents to offspring, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So what is that particular thing? Actually, what is carrying this information from parents to their offspring?
So gene.
Gene, definitely gene. Or this is, and Mendel announced it as factors. So gene and factors both are similar things. Okay, and these genes, or we can say that these factors are the functional unit of heredity, and we know very well that what is the meaning of heredity. Is anyone who is going to explain me that what is heredity?
So the process
Transmission of
Yes.
genetic characters from parent to
from one
offspring.
generation to
Very
another.
good, very good. The transmission of genetic information from parents to offspring. ठीक है? तो यानी कि factors are the units, or we have to say that genes are the functional units which are carrying the hereditary information from parents to offspring. Or I have to say that कि these are the units. These are the units which are carrying genetic information from parents to offspring. Means I have to say that कि factors or genes are the functional units which are carrying the information related to the characters from parents to their young ones. Understood? Now after that you can see that there is one more terminology here, and the terminology is locus. Now what is the meaning of locus?
So the position
So
or
position.
Sir,
Yes,
the address of the gene.
yes, the address of the gene. Now here you are observing there are two chromosomes. How many chromosomes are here? Are you observing the bluish
So
color
two.
structures? Okay, what can I do? Okay, I will tell you, I can use paint. Okay. Okay, my drawing is not too good in actually in paint, but I am trying to draw. Okay, I am drawing one chromosome. Okay, this is the first chromosome, and you know that chromosome always exists in, just a minute.
Pairs.
Okay, as we know that chromosome always exists in pairs. So I am drawing the another one. Okay, you can see here. This is the another chromosome. Okay, these two chromosomes are homologous chromosome. This is the first chromosome. This is the second chromosome, and these two chromosomes are in pair. Now, actually, what happens? Okay, suppose a gene is here. Okay, and the similar kind of gene will be present here in the second chromosome. So means this is the position in two different chromosomes, or I have to say that homologous chromosomes where the genes are located. Means this position is quite similar to this one position. Are you observing my cursor? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is the locus for gene in chromosome number 1, and this is the locus for the gene in chromosome number 2. Means these are the chromosomes which are considered as homologous pair of chromosomes. Means in homologous pair of chromosomes we can see that these exist in the same position. Okay, someone is asking for me permission and I want to admit her. Okay. Okay, now I am coming once again. So what is locus? The position of gene on the chromosome. Here in the bluish picture you can see that there are two chromosomes. And what is the locus, or what is the position? This position is called as locus. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now another question. I have question for Dia. Dia, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Oh, good morning, beta. Okay, now Dia, do you have any idea regarding alleles?
Sir, traits.
Traits. Okay, I have question for Tulika. Tulika, do you have any idea related to alleles? Yes, hurry up, hurry up.
Sir, alleles are contrastic traits only, and the characters code for a particular allele.
Okay, good. Anyone else who want to answer me? Alleles?
Sir, those gene which codes for pair of contrasting character.
Very good. Now I have a very simple question. In most probably you have been studied it in class 10th. Okay. In class 10th you have been studied that what are alleles and what are genes and what are the differences, or how can we differentiate allele from a gene? How will you differentiate allele from a gene? Any idea? How will you differentiate allele from a gene?
Sir, actually, we can consider gene as only one thing, and alleles are the slightly different forms of the same particular gene.
Okay, you are absolutely correct. So you want to say that sir, alleles and genes are same?
So we can say that alleles are the types of genes, two types of genes that are
Okay.
contrasting.
So I want to include one more thing in this answer. Genes and alleles both are similar. Either we are talking about alleles, so alleles are also genes. Okay, but the alternative form of gene is called allele. I am giving you a very simple example. Okay, in class 10th, we have been studied about Pisum sativum, and I told you that Pisum sativums, there are two varieties of Pisum sativum. The first one is tall, and the second one is
Dwarf.
And I am writing only DW here, so you can understand. And what are the two alleles for tall? Capital T and capital, okay, sorry,
T.
okay, just a minute, capital T and
Small t.
oh, just a minute, I want to write. Okay, here I am writing capital T, this is representing for tall, and similarly I am writing here small t and small t. Okay, these are for dwarfness. So here capital T and capital T both are genes, and we know very well that genes exist in pair. So there are two genes, capital T, and these are representing tallness. While small t and small t, these are representing dwarfness. But tallness and dwarfness are the two different traits of a single character, and the character is height. Okay? So here we are observing that there are two different types of alleles are here. One is capital and the another one is small. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I hope so you understood the concept. Ki what are alleles and what are genes? So alternative forms of so I want to say that ki alternative forms of genes are called alleles. Here capital T is one also a gene, small t is also a gene, but one is capital and one is small, means they are in alternative form. This alternative form is called as alleles. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here it has been already written that ki it is also mentioned here ki the alternative forms of a gene for a contrasting character present on the identical locus of a homologous chromosome. Means here you can see that this is the first one position where my cursor is. Here this is the second one position why my cursor is. Means these are two different chromosomes and these are homologous chromosomes. In that particular locus, the first gene is located, and in that particular locus, the second gene is located. Both are the similar kind of genes expressing the similar character, but out of one is representing for tallness and out of them one is representing for the dwarfness. Means this is the alternative form of alleles. Understood? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. Good. So, okay, the third term which I want to discuss with you. Okay, phenotype. What do you mean by phenotype?
So the external appearance or what we can see.
The external appearance. Okay, you are observing the plant and you are saying that sir, plant is quite tall. Tallness is its phenotype. If it is short, then it is its phenotype. Means external morphological structure can be considered as phenotype. While what is genotype?
Said the gene.
Sir, internal gene combination.
Internal gene combination means okay, I am giving you one example. Okay, suppose a plant is tall and it's pure tall. So what will be its genotype?
Capital T and capital T.
Capital T and capital T means due to the alleles capital T and capital T, it is of tall. While I am giving you one another example. A plant is dwarf. What will be its genotype?
Small t and small.
Small t.
Very-
small t.
Very good, very good. Now I want to say that there is a plant and it is also tall, but I am telling you that it's hybrid tall.
So capital T, small t. Capital T, small t.
Small t.
Yes. So external features are phenotypes, but the genetical constitution is called as, am I
Genotype.
correct? Yes,
Yes.
genotype. Genotype. Now, one more term you are observing in your screen, homozygous. What is the meaning of homozygous?
So when same type of gene combinations are present together.
Okay, if capital T and capital T, because we know that ki genes or alleles exist always in the pair. If in a pair both of the alleles are of similar kind, yani dono ke dono capital hain, capital T and capital T, then this is called as homozygous. If both are of small kind,
Sir, homozygous.
Homozygous.
then also these are homozygous. If capital T is associated with small t, then
Heterozygous.
heterozygous. So here you can, in this picture you can see that ki what is homozygous, the individual having identical genes in the allelic pair, that is capital T and capital T, or small t and small t. While heterozygous condition, the individuals having unidentical genes. Unidentical means you are observing capital T is associated with the small t. Any question?
No, sir.
No. Good.
No, sir.
ठीक. Okay, now I am moving to the next slide. So I hope so that the topics which I am going to discuss are understandable for you. Okay. Now the next concept which I want to discuss with you is dominant gene. Have you ever heard about the dominant gene?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What
The
is it?
gene which expresses itself in the F1 progeny is called dominant gene.
Okay. Now Prangna is absolutely correct. Okay. Now is Piyush here? Piyush, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Piyush, will you explain the concept of dominant and recessive gene?
S-
Any idea,
Sir,
beta?
yes, sir.
Huh?
Sir, the gene which expresses a cell is called dominant, and sir, which does not express is called recessive.
Very good. If two genes are in a combination, suppose I am giving you an example. There is a plant, and that particular plant, the genetic combination for height is capital T and small t. Understood? Means it's a hybrid plant, and it has two genes. And what are these two genes? Capital T and small t. In such condition, only one of the gene will express itself. In such condition, only one of the gene is going to be express itself. This gene will called as
Dominant.
dominant gene. And suppose I am giving you one example. There is a plant and its genotype is capital T and small t. Okay? And out of these two genes, capital T is going to express in F1 progeny, and later on I will tell you that what is F1 progeny means. There is a generation in this that one particular generation, only one gene is going to express. Yani दो genes hai, two genes are there, these are together, but one is capital and one is small. So out of these two, only one is going to express itself. So the gene which is going to express itself is called as dominant, and जो बैठा हुआ है कुछ काम नहीं कर रहा है, this gene is called as recessive gene. Understood? समझ में आया?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now it is already
Yes, sir.
mentioned here. The gene that fails to express its character in heterozygous condition. Heterozygous means one is of different type, one is of different type. You know very well that. Okay. Now the third terminology is hybrid. What do you mean by hybrid?
So when two different sort of parents are crossed as such to get different sort of characters.
Okay, when two different types of plants, I'm telling you that we are selecting two plants. One plant is tall and the another plant is dwarf, and we are making a cross between them, and we are getting the first progeny. Okay, in first progeny, so we will find out that the characters or the genes will mix with both of the parents. Okay, and the progeny will have both kind of alleles. Okay, from this parent also and this one parents also. So the offspring will be hybrid. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Backcross means, next terminology is backcross. What is the meaning of backcross? While we are going to cross any of the F1 progeny from any one of the parent, then it is called as backcross. While there is one more kind of cross, this is called as test cross. Okay, now I want to tell you one example. Suppose we are crossing a tall plant with a dwarf plant, and in the first progeny we are getting all tall plants. Okay, if I am crossing this tall plant which we are obtaining in F1 progeny with the recessive parent, means the dwarf parent, this is called as test cross. Understood? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Okay, later on in brief, I will discuss about it in brief. Okay, I hope so you understood all the concepts. Now, very important question. This comes in the board examination for 3 marks. Actually, why Mendel selected pea plants for his experiment? Do you have any idea? I want to minimize it. Then I will explain. Okay. Do you have any idea better related to it? Why
Yes,
Mendel?
sir.
Short reproductive cycle.
Just a minute. One by one, beta. Initially, I want to listen from Prangna.
So it has a very short reproductive cycle of 6 months. Because of it is easy
It's okay. The
to
first point
observe
has been discussed. The first point has been discussed. Now, the second point I want to ask to Gauri.
So the contrasting characters, traits.
Due to the contrasting characters. Third answer I want to listen from Janki.
Sir, they show cross-pollination and self-pollination.
They show cross pollination and cell pollination. Okay. Fourth answer I want to listen from Siddharth. No idea, beta? Okay, Nishant, you can answer.
Just shorter lifespan.
shorter lifespan. Okay, you have given all of the answers. Now I want to show you few of the points why Mendel choose pea plants. Pure varieties are available. Means pure variety means pure tall as well as pure dwarf varieties are available. So he chose Pisum sativum or garden pea. And the second point, as you answered as well, pea plants are easy to cultivate. We can easily cultivate pea plants. Understood? Okay, सबसे important, the most important, their life cycle is too short because its life cycle is or only for few months. ठीक है, so that the result can be studied in a very short duration of time. So we can study 2 generation in a year. So within 7 years we can study 14 generation, or within 10 years we can study 20 generation. Means we can compile result in very quick manner. So that's why Pisum sativum is selected. Third, Rasmita or anyone else that answered that ki contrasting traits are observed. For a single character it has 2 contrasting traits. I think Gauri answered. ठीक है, कि for example, if I am talking about the flower color, two colors are there, white or purple. Similarly, if I am talking about the seed shape, round and wrinkled, so means contrasting trait of for a single character is observed. So that's why he choose Pisum sativum. Okay, the important thing, we can go for the cross pollination as well as the self pollination because it's a bisexual plant. So that's why the another reason is there ki why Mendel selected Pisum sativum. Okay, now finally the most important, it produces hybrids and hybrids are also fertile. So that's why he choose Pisum sativum. So understood? If the question comes in the examination, so are you capable enough?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Now I am moving to the next slide. Okay, and this slide is representing monohybrid cross. Okay, before starting or before explanation of this topic, I just want to know that do you have any prior idea, prior knowledge related to the monohybrid cross?
Yes, sir.
Cross between two parents that differ in only one heritable character.
Okay, yes, very good. Mono means one, hybrid means if we are going for the hybridization means if we are going for the intermixing of the characters. Okay, so while Mendel was performing his experiments, initially he focused only in one character. As we know that Mendel studied about the 7 different characters having 14 contrasting traits, but out of these 7 characters, while he was focusing only in only one character, then it is referred as monohybrid cross. So here in the picture or here in the slide, you can see that it's clearly visible in front of you. So here I have one picture in a slide. So you are observing there are 2 types of plants. Will you tell me what are these? What is the characteristic of these plants?
Tall and dwarf.
Tall
and dwarf.
Tall and dwarf. So this one plant where my cursor is, this is tall and the another one is dwarf. And tall is pure tall, means it's a homozygous tall. All of both of the alleles are of similar kind, capital T and capital T. Here in this condition, you can see that the both alleles are of similar kind, small t and small t. Okay, while the gamete formation occurs, we know that in one gamete only one kind of allele can enter. So both are of capital, so gamete will produce gamete which are going to be produced will have capital T and here small t. Any doubt? Any question?
No, sir.
Okay, now both of the gametes are going to be fused together. This capital T and this small t, and they will make a new combination, capital T and small t. And this combination is called as F1 generation. You can see here. Understood?
Yes, sir.
And what will be the phenotype of the F1 generation? Will you tell me?
Tall.
Tall. All will be tall. Which kind of tall? Pure tall or hybrid tall?
Hybrid tall.
Is there
Heterozygous tall.
heterozygous tall?
Heterozygous tall.
Okay, is there any blending between this hybrid and pure tall?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No,
No, sir.
no, there will be no blending. While you are observing the morphologically, means you are observing phenotype, you will be unable to identify कि क्या दोनों में कोई differences है या नहीं है. ठीक है, understood? So very simple. कि these are tall, but there will be no blending between the pure tall and the hybrid tall. Now here in the picture you can see that now these tall plants which were obtained in the F1 progeny were crossed together. Now capital T, small t, this is the capital, this is the tall one plant, and here where my cursor is, this is also the another plant having the same genotype. They were crossed together. Understood? And they will produce 2 types of gametes. Now I want to enlarge this picture. Now you can see here. Okay. here I want to focus in this picture. Capital T, small t, it will produce two types of gametes, capital T and small t. Similarly here, it will also produce two types of gametes, capital T and small t. So while here I am writing in the form of the Punnett square, the fusion is shown. Capital T, small t, capital T, small t. Capital T will fuse with capital T, it will form capital T, capital T. Capital T will fuse with small t, it will form capital T, small t. Small t is fused with capital T, the capital T, small t, and small t will fuse with small t, and it will form small t and small t. So so you can see that in F2 generation, one is capital T and one is capital T and small t, capital T and small t and small t and small t. So will you tell me that what is the phenotypic ratio?
So 3:1.
3:1.
So if we are observing three plants are tall, means three are tall and one is dwarf. The phenotypic ratio is 3:1. While what is the genotypic ratio?
1:2:1.
1:2:1.
1:2:1. Understood? Understood, beta?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
this is the result. These are the parental, tall and dwarf, capital T, small t, small t. F1, capital T and small t. And in F2, you can see that two types of gametes are here, capital T, small t, tall, tall, and dwarf. The genotypic ratio is 1:1 and the phenotypic ratio is 3:1. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Understood?
Yes, yes, sir.
So I hope so today you understood the concept of monohybrid cross.
Yes, sir.
So will you conclude that which result has been we can obtain from a monohybrid cross?
Sir,
Okay.
law of dominance and law of segregation.
Very good. Diya, will you explain both of the laws?
Sir, in law of dominance, the only one of the parental character in a monohybrid cross,
Yes.
it is expressed in first generation and both in F2 generation.
Good. And what is law of segregation?
So in law of segregation, the parents contain two alleles during the gamete formation, and the alleles segregate from each other, and gene receives only one of the two factors.
Very good. So here, with the help of this cross, we concluded two different laws. First is law of dominance. As we studied, while dwarf plant was crossed with the tall plant in F1 progeny, we are getting only tall plant. Means the character of dwarfness is not able to express itself, while the tallness is expressing itself. So means the tallness is dominant, and it shows the law of dominance. Only one of the characters of two contrasting traits can be expressed itself in F1 progeny. This is law of dominance. While law of segregation, while in F1 progeny we all have tall plants, while two plants were crossed together, we obtain a one dwarf plant too. Okay, means the alleles separated independently from each other and form a new combination, and as a result we have one dwarf plant. Because while we crossed in all plants in F1 plants, F1 was only tall plant, while in the F2 generation we are getting dwarf plants. So it was quite surprising. It means the characters or the traits or the alleles were segregating from each other. In detail we will discuss it in our next class. So I hope so the concepts which I explained today you understood very well, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, तो thank you, bye bye, have a nice day. I will meet you in the next
Thank you,
class.
sir.